Hello everyone, and in this video I'll be going through different resources that you can use to revise for the Macbeth section in your English Literature GCSE. Pictured here you can see the resources I had available to me when I was revising for the GCSE, and I'll be going through each of these resources individually. This is a list of all the resources if you want to pause and get the names of any specific resource. The most valuable resource you have are your own school notes or your own copy of the play. In your own copy of the play, I recommend that you annotate everything, and if you don't have one, then I recommend that you get your own copy. You can annotate certain sections and key quotes, which you can use to quickly flip through the play and get a quick idea of what the key quotes are for different themes. After you go through certain parts in class, then I also recommend that you make your own notes, for example, like a list of key quotes for a theme or a character. Further resources could be found on your school website. If your English teachers have uploaded any resources on Macbeth, then I also recommend that you download and print off those resources and compile them with your own notes. The Cambridge School Shakespeare Macbeth. This is a different copy of the play. Between each scene you have one or two pages which have different questions or different ideas which allow you to consider certain themes during different scenes. These prompts allow you to come up with more detailed analyses of certain sections or extracts of the play, which could end up helping you in your final exam, which is why I recommend, if you're looking for a copy of the play, to get this one. The Philip Allen Literature Guide for GCSE Macbeth. This is a revision guide which summarizes each scene, the play as a whole, and also has a character and key theme analyses. It does have quite a good section on exam technique if you're looking for that, which is why I recommend this revision guide. The CGP Macbeth Revision Guide is a very condensed summary of the plot, the characters, and the overarching themes. The key details and key quotes are highlighted, which makes them clearly visible on a page, and at the end of the book it has a 2-page comic which summarizes the entire play incredibly briefly. This allows you to get a quick grasp of the whole plot of the play as either a refresher or a last-minute revision technique just before your exam. York Notes on Macbeth from 1993. This book provides a detailed summary for each scene, along with translations from the Shakespearean English to modern English. It also gives character and theme summaries, along with numerous key quotes and different methods to revise a play in its revision section. I would recommend that you get this book if you're looking for additional quotes or ideas. York Notes for GCSE, new for the GCSE 9-1, is another revision guide, which again provides plot, character, and theme summaries with numerous key quotes. It also has worked exam-style questions at the end, which allows you to see what the examiners are looking for in a high-level answer. You can then take the ideas that you see there and implement them in your own essay to achieve a better mark in your final exam, which is why I recommend this book. York Notes for AS and A2 Macbeth. If you're looking for a more detailed or alternate perspectives on the play, then I'd recommend that you get this book. As it's for A level, the amount of detail that it goes into in the plot summary is much greater, and the ideas and perspectives in this are what would be expected from a higher level GCSE answer. You can then take these ideas and different quotes which you could learn and implement them in your own essay, which will elevate your writing as a whole. The GCSE 9-1 English Language and Literature Revision and Exam Practice for AQA does have a section for Macbeth. It contains a practice question for which it has a brief sample answer, and it also has an exam style question near the end of the book for further practice. This book is more focused on revision or exam technique and also covers every exam, which is why I highly recommend that you get your hands on a copy of this book. The National Theatre Macbeth. This is a program from a showing of the play in 2018. It has references to how the director had interpreted certain scenes and other scenes which the director decided to remove. Seeing the play allows it, or makes it easier for you to understand the story and plot, and also to remember the key quotes that have lots of meaning or emphasis when acted out by professional actors. I would recommend that you go and see any adaptation of the play, as you can reference it in your answer, saying that a version of the play depicted this scene in this way. Mr. Bruff is a YouTube channel, and he has numerous videos which cover most novels, plays, and poems, including the English language exams. Not only does he have plot summaries, but also character analysis videos and sample exam answers. He does provide last-minute revision videos for the GCSEs and A-levels, discussing key themes, characters, and possible exam questions based on previous years. Mr. Salles Teaches English is another YouTube channel who also has quite a few videos, almost 1,000, covering, again, most novels, plays, and poems. Not only does he have plot summaries, but again, sample exam answers and character analysis videos. Nearer to the exam time, he provides predictions for questions which are likely to come up, along with motivation videos to keep you going in your revision and to give you key pointers for your exam. As always, Seneca has a section on English literature for Macbeth. It has plot summaries, character summaries, and tests your knowledge on key quotes throughout. There is also a section on Seneca for key quotes on Macbeth, or specifically for key quotes, which if you're looking for ways to quickly learn those, then I recommend that you use Seneca. Creating an account is completely free, and you get revision resources for all of the exams. The Macbeth question will be in section A of the exam paper and will be worth 34 marks, 12 of which for AO1, which is how you've compared it to the novel as a whole, or how you've analyzed the novel. 12 marks for AO2, which is how well you've analyzed the language and come to conclusions from that. 6 marks for AO3, which is for your context points, and 4 additional marks for spelling, punctuation, and grammar. I'll now show you some practice questions. Feel free to pause the video at any point during those if you want to have some practice material for yourself. This is the first exam style question. The second question. The third question. And this is the fourth sample question. Keep in mind that these are just sample questions, and if you want to see how people have answered them to get top marks, then I do recommend that you search online. Mr. Bruff and Mr. Salles may have videos covering sample answers from Macbeth, in which they go through in detail what the student has done to achieve such a good grade, and what you can do to get your answer to a higher grade. This is again a list of the resources, and here you can see on the right hand side there are additional columns in which I've put in the dates in which I went through that resource. I do recommend that you create a similar list as it allows you to see which resource you've gone through and which other resources you have for alternate perspectives but haven't completely gone through yet. If you want to have some additional resources to find practice questions or resources online, then here are some websites. As always, you have freeexampapers.com pictured on the right. BBC Bitesize also has a section on Macbeth, and also sparknotes.com has a section on Macbeth. Sparknotes provides summaries of each scene, and some people have put on their own sample answers, which you can see on this website. All of these links will be in the description. When it comes to exam preparation for the final exam, then I highly recommend that you do as many practice questions as you can and take them to your English teacher, either during lunchtime or after school, to have them marked. When doing these practice questions, keep in mind to integrate context in the Jacobean era, which is when this play was written and first performed. Language analysis is another key thing, making sure that you go into more detail than you think is required will allow you to get top marks in language analysis, and the use of quotes integrated in your answer. Always think about the mark scheme as you're going through your answer and make sure that you've hit all the points that you need to. Thank you for watching the video, and I wish you luck in your GCSEs.